You are the cause and you are the solution to 99% of your problems. The longer you blame anybody or anything but yourself, the longer you're going to stay stuck exactly where you are. Your spouse cannot fulfill all your needs. It's a hard truth, because if that is true, what does it mean?
Facing the hard truths in our marriage have been great and hard.
Those that repress their emotions, they are volcanoes. It does not work. A volcano eventually will explode and destroy everything around it. You are not less of a man if you understand your emotions. Lights on. Carl Lentz, Laura Lentz, glad you're here. If you're brand new to Lights On, glad you tuned in. This is the podcast where we give all the answers to all the problems in the world. Our goal is to shine a light on things we think really, really matter. Lawsy, thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I love it.
I feel like I'm always here now.
You are. It's our podcast.
Nope, it's still just yours.
We got to fix the name. How are you, love?
I'm good.
We are live.
I'm a bit cold, so I've got my blankie.
You're freezing. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Blaze Studios. Check them out online if you ever need to film anything in this area. Phenomenal people. Great space. We love it a lot better than where we were trying to pull this pod off from, which was our house. Mm-hmm. And we are here in the promised land of this beautiful space.
Super grateful.
Super grateful. And if you are tuning in today, because you're tuning in today, we are going to press the button on a need I feel like is really prevalent right now in people's journeys, and that is the need for hard truth to be received. And hard truth it's hard for a reason. And we have a propensity to want truth that makes us feel good, truth that can coddle, truth that can make sense. It's the hard truth that we run from. Sometimes nobody wants hard truth. Like there are some days where I don't want hard truth from you. I just need something that's going to make sense for today. But I have found for sure that the hardest truth to accept is the one that brings the most healing. Mm-hmm. And as I survey the landscape and I talk to people that I love so much, I sometimes look at the hard truth element. Whenever I meet with somebody, I think, what level of receptivity might they be at to be able to handle hard truth? And you know, Laws, this isn't an easy thing. Hard truth is...
Yeah, it's... I don't think it's that fun. It's actually kind of scary. So, like, what exactly can wake you up to what you have going on, like a hard truth?
This revelation is powerful. A wise man once said, "The truth will set you free." If that is true, and I believe that it is, it would mean that the lack of truth keeps you bound. Mm-hmm. So if the truth sets you free, not being truthful will keep you bound. And when you get the revelation that what I'm not being truthful about or what I won't accept is the thing that can bring me the most freedom, you start to look for it. And what I've seen in my own life is the healthier I get, the more I look for. I want hard truth. I don't want soft stuff. I want stuff that's actually going to bring.
Do you actually like that?
I do. I've learned to. I've had to really. I've had to really dig deep because it's. You grow accustomed to it. You develop a taste for it. You acquire a desire for hard truth.
Can people actually handle being given the hard truth?
That's awesome, because I don't think the answer is a resounding yes. So we think we can, but it's fun to ask yourself, even as you listen in your car, in your house, wherever this podcast is connecting with you, can you handle hard truth? Do you want it? Because a great self-check is when someone tells you hard truth, what are you defending? And why does it threaten you so much? You're typically, I'll save you some homework. You're going to find in there will be always a survival needs. I want to look good, feel good, be right, be in control, image protection. If that is less important than growing and healing and getting health, then hard truth will be your medicine for the rest of your life. And it just gets you clear. It gets you clear quicker. Gets you free quicker. For instance, marriage hard truth. Ready? Your spouse cannot fulfill all your needs.
No.
It's a hard truth.
Right.
Because if that is true, what does it mean? It means I lose my excuse for why I don't love you, or why you're not enough for me, or why I want to leave the marriage, or why I'm doing something that I'm doing. Because if the hard truth is that my wife can't fulfill my needs, that also means I got to do some serious work on my end, and I got to sacrifice some things. So if you can't give me what I need, if this truth is real, then it means that's not a reason for me to just peace out on you. It means I didn't expect that from you. And people hate that truth, because we talk to people often who will be like, my spouse doesn't do A, B, and C. And we'll say, fair, cool. Also, is your expectation, if they were to fulfill all those needs, they would be Jesus. Did you plan to marry Jesus? Like, that means this hole right here that you might feel, maybe that's going to be on you. So I think if you are interested in less excuses, more growth, buckle up for a second. Ask yourself, how much hard truth can I handle? I mean, there are people who end relationships because of a hard truth. And I'm in a season of life, you're in a season of life where it's all we look for.
Yep.
Don't have a lot of time for anything else. So what we did was we picked 3 things that we believe are truth. And it's a hard truth. You don't have to believe this is true. I would ask you to consider if it's true. If it's true, what might it mean? We have developed an appetite for embracing the hard things, and we've seen fruit from it. So here's number 1. First thing, I believe it's a hard truth. You are the cause, and you are the solution to 99% of your problems. If that is true, what might that mean? It means the longer you blame anybody or anything but yourself, the longer you're going to stay stuck exactly where you are. And here's why it's a hard truth. Because you can't blame anybody. You can't tell your story anymore. You can't sit in the victim chair. You can't go around in circles waiting for somebody to save the day. If this is true, I have personally grabbed this as a truth. I think you have as well. I can't speak for you. Do you believe this is like something we've owned together as a couple?
100%.
And when 2 of us have it going, which we do, it's pretty awesome, because we're both digging on our own sides. Because I realize I'm the cause of the problem.
I will say you probably dig more than I do.
Maybe.
Just honest answer.
Yeah.
You're like really great at it. I'm still learning.
You are, but at the same time, I think, and you actually are a clearer thinker than me. And that's a gift. So it takes me a while to get, because I'll tell myself the convenient truth.
Right.
And make it sound great. I'm great at that. The hard truth, the hard truth would be, really, you're just being an idiot. Like you've said things like that before, and I might want a different kind of truth, but to me, it's like, it's confronting. It can feel unkind, but if you sit here today and you say, I'm the captain of my ship, I'm the one running my life, I have far more to do with my life than anybody else has to do with my life or where I'm at. Man, it is a knockout for excuses. And this is a great visual. Okay. So this might help somebody. It helps me. If you get a mirror of any kind and you write on that mirror, this person is responsible. It's a wake up call. You can get your own mirror at home, but every day, if you look at this thing and you have to say that, as silly as it seems, oh, wow, does it stick? I'm responsible. And if you ground into that, it empowers your life in ways. So, Laura, are you responsible for our marriage?
Yes.
I'm responsible for our marriage. So we have a responsibility competition.
Right.
That's kind of fun. And when one of us doesn't live up to that, it's a very quick route to go, hey, there's a gap here. We're not aligned. So I think to me, it's saved a lot of the beauty of our marriage, because it's fun to have an over-ownership conversation. You will annoy me with that sometimes, because you will over-own. And I'll be like, babe, I already said this. You're like, no, I can do more. I can do this. I can do that. I'm like, I get that. But this is on me. And I'd rather be there than anywhere else. Do you agree that this is a strength of our marriage?
Yeah, I think this, facing the hard truths in our marriage have been great and hard. It's a hard truth, but because I could easily point everything at you
Yes, you could.
In some areas, but I've chosen to be accepting and take responsibility for what I can in my part of the marriage. So I think everyone has a part to play. I mean, to have a healthy relationship, you have to. So I think it's really important that, you know, there's usually always someone, or there's two people that are super like proud, or one person is. And so I think for us, we've had to really humble ourselves and like get real with what we need to fix, or what we need to change, or how we can work better together to make our marriage better.
This is a fun check to see where you're at. And so if you're listening, when I look at you and I say, you're the cause and the solution to all your problems, which part of you jumps at which part of the sentence? So which part of you do you resonate with more? The part where I said you're the problem, or you're the solution? Because there are some people who never see the solution side. They're always like, oh, great, I'm the problem. Beep, bop, it's all me, everything. It's almost a fake acceptance where you lose the power. That's not the point.
Right.
Oh, I'm the problem. I get it. It's all me. Oh, what hope do I have?
People love
Poor
doing
me.
that,
They
though,
do.
as like the victim mentality.
Yeah, and that's not the whole truth.
Right.
Yes, you might be the problem.
Yeah.
Which means, wow, you are also the answer.
solution.
The
Right.
healthier I get, the more I identify with the I'm the answer part. Problem, okay, I realize I caused that, but okay, cool. Better, the best way to handle that question is I see my role here, and I'm excited to attack the problem.
Yeah.
I can change some things.
You love that, though. You've always been good at that.
Yeah, I'm getting better. I'm better at it.
Ever since I've known you, you're always trying to change, always trying to be a better man, all of those things. So I think some people are just wired that way. Do you think? Or
Yeah.
do you like?
I do. Well, it shows a lot. Like, so if you look at that sentence and you see, man, I'm the problem and all this, that's not true. They don't know the whole story. They don't know that is the whole story. The fact that every time you think about taking ownership, you immediately feel like you're a victim. So to me, when I think of myself, when I'm like, I'm not the problem here, I realize immediately, oh, I'm exactly the problem.
Yeah. If you
And
start
that's a
thinking
brain.
that,
It's a brain switch.
right.
I'm going to be the solution here. So we've got a communication breakdown.
Reframe.
We got a communication breakdown. My frame is that I'm the problem here. Where am I the problem here? And I have yet to find a situation where I can't find something to own and go, ooh, I got a solution. And it's really empowering. You could take it to your finances. Like there's a lot of, as you listen to this, if your finances are a mess right now, and you go, I'm the problem, which means I'm the answer. The same way you got in that rut is the exact same way you're going to be able to get out, because you put all that effort into getting into the problem. Well, what if you turned just a little bit of it and you became solution oriented? So maybe lift your head a little bit today as you listen to this and realize, yeah, I am the solution to a lot of the things in my life that I'm waiting to happen. I am the tipping point. And that's somebody that really can't be stopped. Why are you looking at me like that? Because I excited you? Was I preaching right at you?
Preaching.
There comes a moment where you have to reject your stories. And the stories that you tell yourself, where you coddle the broken things, you speak about them, you live in them, you identify with them. There is a guy on TikTok that I love, and he is not politically correct. He is hilarious. We will play his videos where he will say things that are just they're the other side of the trauma wave. So we are 100% advocates of validating people's feelings, understanding the role, empathetic listening, sitting in things with people. And there has to be another part of that. It cannot be that cycle where you sit in your problems and you've identified more with what you went through than who you're becoming. That to me is a dead giveaway. So I got a ticket recently, a traffic ticket.
Yeah, you did.
Rare. And I was speeding with good reason. I have my justifications for why I was speeding at this particular time. I'm on a highway in Oklahoma. I look back and I see, as only happens in Oklahoma, a giant truck with sirens. I'm like, this can't be a cop. Pulls me over, gives me a ticket. And, it was ridiculous. Didn't pay it. Forgot about it. Months later, I got to go to court for a license that now has to get renewed, triple the fines. It was a small ticket. Now, I was annoyed at the fact that I even got a ticket because I don't believe there's any way he could have clocked me because I was just switching lanes to get off to an exit. That's ridiculous. I don't believe...
the law's the law.
There we go. I don't believe that it was a justified ticket, and then I had to waste time at the DMV, and then I had to make an appointment at another place to get something registered, all this wasted time, and all that stuff is very annoying. But I go back to the beginning and go, maybe don't speed at all.
Right.
It's a perfect example of I could spend a lot of time talking about how unjustified the ticket was, the DMV, all this stuff. People do this with their lives every day. The hard truth is that I broke the law. The speed limit was 55. I was going 61, apparently. Does it seem like a technicality? Perhaps. It was his radar gun correct? I don't know. But the point is I could have been driving the speed limit.
Right.
That level of ownership saves you so much stress, energy, things going the wrong way. And that's why I'm just a proponent of this hard truth. You are 99% responsible for the problems. You are 99% responsible for the answer, and you have the capability in you to actually find that person. So I love it. The point of doing the work of owning hard truth is not to protect broken things anymore. It's to heal them. So you're going to have to give up your story about the wounds. And there is a beautiful book. We've talked about it a lot. Can I suggest that you read Dr. Kolk, The Body Keeps the Body Keeps the Score? Mm-hmm. It says in this book, telling the story of your wounds over and over can hardwire your identity around your pain. Healing begins when we rewrite the story. This takes me back to my old days as a Christian guy, where, like, what are you now? It's like,
yeah, that'll go viral.
I'm a Jesus follower. Relax. Carl's a Universalist. Chill out. But people would tell their testimonies about who they were before they met Jesus. And they were the most exciting, awesome stories ever. And then they'd be like, then I got saved.
I found Jesus.
Okay, story ends there. Great. Can't wait to get on your train, buddy. This happens with people who are so well versed in their trauma. They know every pain. They know every detail. They don't know anything about the road forward, but my gosh, do they have their story rehearsed about their wounds. It might be time for you to consider the hard truth that most of the things you're going to overcome in life, you're going to be the solution. Most of the things that hold you back, you're probably going to be the reason that they're there in the first place. And there are a million other ways to look at it. You can find someone tell you that's not true. Fair. I'm asking you to consider this hard truth. If you woke up tomorrow and you went, I'm the solution to a lot of the things in my life that are yet to happen, that's a powerful place to sit. And I stand by it. So again, my favorite tool, which works in every area of your life, relationally, spiritually, everything you could face, here's the tool. What's my role in this? It always comes back to, what's my role in this? When my nervous system calms down,
right,
and I'm able to go, what's my role in this? There has not been a single time, I shouldn't say that, almost all the time, I go, I got a role in this. So let me fix this one thing. And if it still happens, now we've got something to talk about. But when I do this exercise and I'm like, I didn't have a role in this, it's the greatest day ever.
Yeah, you love those days.
It's my favorite day. Hey, babe, guess what? You're 100% wrong, sucker. My role, negligible, not even involved, 100% on your side of the tracks. It's a party in our house.
It's very rare.
But it's very rare. But imagine if everybody lived like that. What's my role in the relational breakdown? What's my role in my bank account being low? What's my role in why I haven't got a promotion in 5 years? Very fun. Could be true that your boss is terrible. Might it be also true that you're the problem and the solution? To me, it just lifts the head of so many weary people. And that's why we're going to talk about it forever. Because if you can reject the story about your stories and rewrite a new story, I believe there's power in that. So quick shout out. I don't want to leave this here. Quick shout out to Morgan Wallen. Let me be clear. I love Morgan Wallen. I listen to him more than anybody else. And
great new album.
He is great for showing people other ways to think and live. He's got a new song out called I'm the Problem. And at face value, it's like, yeah, I love it, Morgan. And by the way, Morgan's on a journey. I'm sure he's an artist just putting out his stuff, but I'm going to use it because it's too clear. And his song, I'm the Problem, it's fire. I love it. But it is an option. I owe it to you on Lights On to light up all the options. So ownership, I'm the problem, I'm the solution. There's another way. It's Morgan Wallen's way. Listen to these beautiful lyrics. For those of you that are like, I'm not the problem. And that's not true. I've been victimized my whole life. Fair, cool. Morgan's your guy. Here's the lyrics. I guess I'm the problem. And your miss never do no wrong. If I'm so awful, then why'd you stick around this long? And if it's the whiskey, then why you keep pulling that up off the shelf? You hate that when you look at me, you halfway see yourself. And it got me thinking, if I'm the problem, you might be the reason. Incredible song. I don't know if it's resourceful thinking. It's like, I'm sorry, but I might be the problem, but you might be the reason. So really what you're saying is you're not the problem.
Right.
So if you don't like what I'm saying today, Morgan's got an option for you. And maybe
play that in your house.
There's other songs where he's on a different part of his journey, but for that moment, it works for what I'm trying to say right now. So I guess I'm the problem, but you might be the reason. It's how marriages break down.
Yeah.
That's how dudes who get caught in a really bad situation, rather than owning it, they're like, yeah, you're right, I did wrong. Mm-hmm. But you're a terrible wife. Mm-hmm. Which one is it? Either you did wrong and you fix it, or you did wrong, but it's understandable because she's a terrible wife. This impacts every single area of your life. Then you add the next tool on top of that. Where else might that show up in your life?
Here we go.
Oh, wow. Where else might that line of thinking? Well, I got some fault too, but your fault is more. Interesting. All of a sudden you see a trail of carnage of what that thinking has done. There's a better option. It's the hard truth. Lights On is proud to partner with God Behind Bars, restoring, rebuilding, reclaiming lives. If there's ever an organization for you to check out that you want to support, get involved with, if you want to see people come to life again when society has said life is over, this organization is for you. GodBehindBars.com. Check them out. There are ways to get involved, ways to give, ways to support. Maybe you'll even find that this is a passion for you to bring life to people who are literally behind bars, and you can make a difference today. So God Behind Bars, check them out online. We love partnering with them, and they could use you. Never know. Check it out today. Number 2, the most important relationship you can ever have is the one with yourself. Hard truth. We choose to accept it. I'm asking you as you listen to consider it. The most important relationship you can ever have is the one with yourself. Outside of your relationship with God, this is the tipping point for the health of especially men. I cannot speak to what it's like on the other side of this table, but I know on this side of my life, I'm 46 years old. I've had what you could call a midlife crisis crash. I've had a life explosion. I've had a reinvention, depending on how you want to frame my story. I will stand on the fact that I think the most important relationship in my life right now, outside of my relationship with Jesus, is how I relate to myself.
Right.
Never thought about it before this chapter of life. Believe it or not, it's embarrassing to say. Not even embarrassing. I'm not embarrassed. I just didn't know how to look at it like that. I just figured myself will get it together. Let me help as many people as I can. And the more I talk to men that'll be honest, and the more I talk to men that'll be vulnerable, when we start digging into the relationship with themselves, it is a beautiful, painful, amazing discovery, because a lot of people have just left the relationship with themselves for dead. You can relate to that to some degree.
Yeah, I think this affects all of us. I think it's not just a man thing. Every person struggles with this. So we are all responsible for ourselves.
Yeah. Our relationship to ourselves. I like to frame it like this for people. Like, if you had a coffee with yourself, would it be a nice conversation? Would it be a boring one? Would it be an awkward one? When you get to the place where you actually believe that the conversations that you have internally are ones you want people to hear about, now you're onto something. Because it's a hard truth. If you're horrible to yourself, why on earth would you expect the impact of the people around you to be a good one when you are terrible to yourself?
Well, I think so many of us, our internal voice is negative. We keep it negative, and then that reflects on the relationships around us.
Yeah.
And the aura, for a better word, is what we give off.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we had an encounter with a local who's pretty rude to both of us, and strange. We don't know him. It wasn't necessarily geared at us, but what we realized was, man, that woman must hate herself. Like, to talk to another human being out loud. Can you imagine what it's like inside of her own head? Because there's nobody. It's not like if you and I come off of a beautiful date and we've connected, we're having fun, the next person we see, you're going to get an overflow of that.
Right.
So to say that you're good to yourself, you're kind to yourself, you speak well of yourself, but yet you have horrible relationships all around you, I would say the hard truth is you don't have a healthy relationship with yourself.
Right.
And it has to be something that you build. I ran from this aspect of self-work by filling my life with activity, good work, fruitful things, good things, deadly things, toxic things, anything to help me
not focus on
not
yourself.
Stop and consider who I am. And I'm a Bible reader. I talk about Psalm 23 all the time. And when the Bible talks about a shepherd leading you by still waters, it is the most underpreached part of this whole sermon. And the inference is that you're looking at a water that is so still you can see your reflection. That's what a good shepherd will do. I was running from that part of my good shepherd for a very long time. And I found ways to keep myself active, because if I look in that mirror long enough, I cannot live with this man.
Right.
I cannot. So let me just go. Let me go. The relationship with myself pre our life reinvention, it would be like a vacant dad. I would have been like a puppy that somebody loved, barely fed it, and it just kind of left to its own devices. A puppy, a dog like that ends up biting somebody. That's how I can describe my journey, because it's my job to feed my soul. It's my job to check on me. It's my job to make sure that I'm the man that I say that I am. And I think people can relate to that on every single level. Like, who are you outside of your marriage?
Well, people
outside
hide
of your
themselves.
image.
Yeah. People hide themselves in so many things: work, relationships, friendships, anything to get themselves off themselves. Yeah. So.
And I find that's why what happened to me was such a blessing, because I was able to find out who am I stripped out from this status, this label, this title. Who am I without that? And I'm like, I like this guy.
Yeah.
And that's something to build off of. So I think you don't have to have a crisis, rip everything from you. You can willfully take all that off and go, who am I? How's my relationship with myself? And on this journey, let me save you some bad teaching you might hear. Your emotions are not problems. They are information. They are speaking, and you can repress them all you want. You can
pray them away.
Try to pray them away. Please note to person doing that, those that repress their emotions, they are volcanoes. It does not work. A volcano eventually will explode and destroy everything around it. Case in point, me, I was a volcano of undealt with lack of work in my own soul, and I got through it for a long time. But when that thing goes, it goes bad. There's a better way. It's an air vent. It's called having a valve. So rather than let this stuff go, what might a valve be? Someone to talk about what emotions you have. And you're not less of a man if you understand your emotions.
Right.
Say it again. You are not less of a man if you understand your emotions. You are not less of a man if you feel your feelings. You are not less of a man if you do work. It puts you in front of another human to tell them about your emotions. You're a real man if you do that. People are still buying this lie that all this emotional talk is not. Emotions are not our enemy. They are our best information source sometimes, and they don't have to define you, but they should absolutely inform you at all times. I like the word emotional literacy. This is a emotion wheel. Okay, can you get a good glimpse of that? This is how many words can describe certain feelings. That's why when you start having a healthy marriage, you reject words like good. How you doing? Good.
Oh yeah, they're
fine,
not allowed.
Illegal, emotionally illiterate. There are so many. I mean, you look at like what one person calls anger. There's critical, distant, frustrated, aggressive, I'm mad, I'm hateful, I'm threatened, I'm hurt, I'm embarrassed, I'm devastated, I'm insecure, I'm jealous, I'm resentful. There's a very powerful psychological study that says just labeling an emotion can relieve anxiety.
Right.
It's so true. It's like going to a doctor. I think I got cancer. And the doctor's like, nope, you stubbed your toe. I'm like, great, stubbed toe. There's so many people walking around thinking that they might have cancer emotionally when really not at all. That's, you have fear, kind of comes out in a rejected vibe, and then you feel inadequate. I'm like, yeah, those are just words that are describing what you already have. Interesting to note, 70% of these words are negative, 30% are positive. We have so much more verbiage for negative things, which is similar to the psychological fact. We have over 70,000 thoughts a day. Over 70% are negative.
Yeah.
This is the broken human condition. So the more we start to go, the relationship with myself is so important, where I'm going to stop being the guy who's like, I'm all right. You're all right. What does that mean? I don't know. I got some problems. What do they mean? You start to talk. It's like, I feel, I don't know. It's like talking to my 16-year-old son. It's cute when you're 16 and you are allowed to have no words. Not as cute when you're 35.
Right.
And you have yet to be able to label something that you feel because it's going to come out.
If you're looking for a relationship during these moments, you're just masking what's really going on. And you need to face what's happening. And like, emotions are, like you said, they're amazing. And so when you have people that can't explain how they're feeling, it's damaging to them and to the relationships that you have.
Yeah.
So I think, it's so important.
You're buying time.
Yeah.
When I see people who go from relationship to relationship to relationship, never dealing with their emotions, you're buying time for more pain.
Yeah.
That's it. Rather than just be single. That's why we're so hopefully clear with our daughters. Like, when you get out of a relationship, you need to take some time to reset the matrix, to make sure that the emotional parts of you that have shifted due to this relationship are back at a level that is actually going to work for you. A lot of people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So like, I just got to find the right person. The right person isn't going to help you with that disgust feeling you have from trauma that you don't understand. That's going to affect everything from your now to your legacy. All this comes from just even the decision to go, all right, I matter enough to start labeling some of the things in my life. It would just be it doesn't make you less tough.
Right.
That's why I love some of the stuff I see, whether it's a Joe Rogan or somebody who's like a man's man who's willing to talk about feelings. I wish I saw it more in the Christian kingdom because I think that we should lead the way, because Jesus was emotional, very clearly emotional. And it can be a superpower. We have told men, don't be emotional. I'm glad that day is over. If you still got that memo, get it out, get a new memo. The relationship you have to your emotions dictates a lot about what you're going to do. So it's worth looking at. I did some digging recently, pretty painful. And it came about through my own therapy with my therapist. And she asked me a question that produced some pretty heavy emotions from me, including tears. And she looked at me and she said, those tears are historical. Those tears are tired, which means you are so close to a breakthrough. And we worked our way down to a word that I had not realized. I had an emotion in me that I could not label. Turns out the word that we were able to land on was terror. And so much in me freed up because I did not realize that I've been carrying an emotion for at least 5 years that was terror. And because I didn't know how to label it, I've just been living with it.
Do you think that it was even longer than that?
It was. And that's what we found out, that emotion had been stirred up in me as a little guy through sexual trauma and abuse. And my brain computed it as terrified. And when you're terrified, what do? You live very, 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 you're quick and you run, you make hasty decisions. So there's a wiring in me that cost me pretty dearly until I discovered it. And to me, that comes from me being willing at least to be like, hey, there's an emotion in me, I can't figure it out, and let's talk it through. And I got freedom and breakthrough. I feel totally, totally different in some ways because I know now, hey, terrified me I see you. I feel you. I get it. I mean, this is all stuff that I would totally reject years
Right.
ago. Like, don't talk to me about inner child
what's
stuff.
What tools did you use to get through that? That's one thing I think people are probably asking, like, how did you get
You have
past
to.
that?
You have to be at a place where you've done enough therapy to be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no real way around that. I mean, you can go to the best method that's available to you right now, but it's worth saving money for. It's worth rebudgeting your life to be able to get to betterhelp.com or whatever it may be to start talking about this. Because if I didn't have that moment a couple weeks back, I would still have an emotion in me that was driving things in me that I don't want. But I found it through articulating a feeling. What emotion is that? I don't know. And she helped me talk through it. And then we're like, man, we need another call. And we had one 2 days after that. And I got some peace. And I'm grateful for this journey because without that, I'm living with I don't know what's going on in here. I talk to men all the time like, I don't know. And if I really am able to get vulnerable with another human, especially if it's a man, to watch that crumble happen quickly. So you let the bravado go, the tough guy go, all the scriptures go. It's like, okay, cool. After you're done reciting scriptures, which is here, also, how are you doing? I'm good, man. I'm good. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ. Oh, I'm aware of the scripture, my brother. How are you doing? I'm good, man. Jeremiah 29 says God has a hope. Hey, I'm totally aware of that out of context Old Testament scripture. How are you feeling? And then the watershed moment, because we're not allowed to look at that. So we're told. Oh, but we are. Yeah. And when you do, everything changes. I think I had to realize I've told myself I don't have a safe place. My therapist looked at me and said, well, you were in firefighter mode. So when your life exploded, you were putting out fires and trying to make sure everybody survived. The firefighter in you is still running the show. Got to tell that part of you, we appreciate your service. New day. And I was like, gosh dang it. Why can't I find that on my own? But exactly what was happening to me was there was an emotion in me driving my car still. And it was starting to wear thin. And I told you, I said, hey, I know I'm testy, lately, just a while back, I'm figuring it out. And thank you for your grace for me to be able to work it out. But that's me valuing the relationship I have with myself. So that's our submission. The hard truth today is, are you taking care of yourself? Are you? If you're not, please consider you're worth it. Your family's worth it. Your kids are worth it. And we're evidence that your marriage will probably benefit greatly from you taking better care of yourself. Lights on. Proud to partner with plana.org, an organization built to help people deal with the unexpected, from moms trying to give birth by themselves to people handling issues where they don't know where else to turn. Plana.org is a one-stop shop for people who need help. They have an amazing app that's going to become available very soon. But even right now, you can check them out at plana.org. Get more information about this amazing organization that is fitting and filling a need that is so desperate. Have you ever wondered, where do you turn when X, Y, and Z happens? The unexpected. Plana.org is created to give people hope in the darkest hours. So check them out today. Plana.org. We love you. Number 3, last one. Growth cannot happen in comfort. Hard truth, we accept it. Do you? You might say you do, but look at the growth of your life. If you don't see a lot of growth, it may be because you have inherently decided that discomfort is bad.
No one likes that.
Hard truth that we have owned, though, babe, is that growth
100%.
Only happens if it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
That's it. And we're not the only ones who think this. I mean, there's so much psychological research on this. There was a study in the Comparative Neurology Journal, very simply says this: discomfort equals growth. The brain learns best just outside of its comfort zone. The brain learns best outside of its comfort zone. Well, that would mean most people are learning nothing because they live in what they think is possible, where it's safe, although it's not safe. So our version of safe is comfort. Right. Comfort actually can lead to serious pain. So change through discomfort. This is the Greater Good Science Center 2021 did this study. People who choose to do one hard thing a day for 30 days report a 60% improvement in overall satisfaction and emotional resilience. When was the last time you chose to do something hard? That's why I love it when Ava came home the other day. She's like, Dad, I'm going to do this High Rocks thing. And I was like, yes, because it's going to be so hard. She's going to grow immensely. Like it's different than I want to take a walk a day. Like there is something about your brain when you realize what's hard. I would even go as far to say, babe, I look forward to our uncomfortable moments. Because now I've learned, so I'm like, there's something on the backside of this. So I'm uncomfortable right now. What might be the fruit of this? Whereas before, me and you might have went the other way. It's uncomfortable, let's walk away.
Yeah.
Now we get closer. So it's become something that's like, a huge benefit to our marriage. I love a good hack. So do you.
Me too.
If there's a shortcut, send me. Send me, Lord. Shortcut, where is it? The truth is, there are no real hacks when it comes to truly being a person that's working on yourself. I wish there was. I've searched high and low. I've spent the last 5 years searching every teacher, every book who has a short version of how to get better quicker. And I have not found one yet. The hard truth is it's going to get uncomfortable. And it's a life lesson. Anything offering massive discount on work probably is not a great option.
Right.
Gleaming cultural example, BBLs.
Yes.
BBLs are the greatest cultural example when you're trying to illustrate that there's no substitute for hard work. So there's 2 ways to get a butt like the world says we need to have right now. There's only 2 ways. One way is a squat rack and a meticulous diet.
Yeah.
The other way is to surgically implant that thing.
Which could kill you.
Well, as we've come to find out, and this was sparked by reading a very gross article about the particular side effects of this particular surgery, which includes a smell.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they're getting recalled.
What?
They're getting recalled like bad Hondas with an engine defect. It's like, but what did we think was going to happen? So there's one way to get your butt to look like you want it to look, and it's going to a gym and squatting and working and doing all you can do. And but if you're telling me I can lay under anesthesia and wake up with a giant pillow attached to me for life, that's the route I want to take.
Oh my God.
And we can laugh at some people that choose routes like that, but we do it all the time.
Right.
And what we're discovering is the more uncomfortable, the better, because that's the only way. So you can make your own decision and try to find shortcuts. I tried, and they didn't work out. I now am a firm believer, and you help me with this because you know how quick my fuse is. So I'm like, it's uncomfortable right now to have a 16-year-old son. A, B, and C is going to happen. And I have bad days where you're like, hey, remember, y'all are growing. You're growing as a dad. He's growing as a son. Like there is no quick fix. I want that stuff to happen right now. Ozempic is like this. How many people do we know? Ozempic could be beautiful for some people, but it has to be in addition to a change of a life.
Lifestyle.
But there's people who are like, cool. What's this new drug? I can eat as much as I want, not go to the gym, take this drug and get the body that I want. Sure, you can. It'll definitely drop some weight off you. However,
right.
If you don't change your knowledge of food and why you eat what you eat and add something to it, the weight will come back triple. It'll be the worst thing that ever happened for you. This is our culture. Yeah. We know this, but it's just a lot easier to go get a pill, go get a shot.
Although they're finding microdosing's much better for it. Just
Correct.
Saying, but
it's Ozempic isn't the problem. BBLs are not the problem.
Correct.
Humanity is the problem.
Yes.
I mean, everything within, reasonable discretion. Sure, we can find, good parts of every short hack there is. But our point today, because there's a lot of people asking about how to get from A to B, especially when it comes to relationship stuff, marriage stuff, breakdown stuff. How do we do it? How do you do it? I hate to break it to you, man. It's work. Do you love it? If you can change your frame from it being work to being the greatest thing in my life because it's going to produce health, oh my gosh, it's very helpful. So people will say, fix my marriage. Let's start over today. Forgive and forget. Move on. I've apologized. Cool, buddy. Got to do the work.
Yeah.
I need a new mindset. Give me some of your cool Jedi mind tricks. I will. And you're going to have to work at this every
day.
Single day. I hate this feeling that I have. I hate the way I think about myself. Fix it. Okay, here's a tool, but Do you know how long you've
Do you-
worked
do you
to
think
get
that-
yourself there? You think it's going to take a day? I used to tell this to Christians all the time. At
Yeah.
least give God as much time as you gave the club before you deconstruct Christianity. You
Right.
were doing what you were doing for 20 years. You spent 2 months as a Christian and you're already out the door because it didn't work and now it's the church's fault. It's like, slow down, bro.
Well,
Do
'cause
some work on yourself.
Our fix is prayer, which that's a
Sure.
great tool. And obviously prayer works. But there's also something you have to do
And
sometimes. Yeah, and prayer and
yeah.
work. You got to work.
Yeah, I
on
don't
yourself.
trust people who say I pray all the time and there's no fruit or change to their life. There's no way you're praying all the time. Because if you are, God gives you the power, gives you the passion,
Right.
gives you the focus to get up from where you are and do something about your situation. This is the power of prayer. Again, prayer is not a shortcut to work.
Yeah.
Prayer is fuel for the journey of hard work. Big difference. Like, I'm just going to pray about it. You're just going to, no, I'm going to pray and then I'm going to get out of bed and I'm going to go apply for every freaking job I can find. I'm praying for God to open up a season. What season would that be called? A season of please get out of your bed and
Yeah.
go work harder?
Right.
If that's the season you're waiting for, that season's there. So we love prayer and we love Ozempic and we love BBLs. That's the only part people are going to hear.
Oh my God, it is.
Our point is the work will include discomfort. And I think that's where if you can embrace the uncomfortable, the more health and power you're going to see in your life. These are facts. That's enough. That's a lot of hard truth. I think the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because it leads to a moment like this. Try a week living as a different version of yourself.
Mm.
So pick the part of you that you're so excited about getting better. And whatever that part is, build a week around that person. So if you feel like I don't work hard enough, well, you know what? You're on the journey to being a harder worker. So you wake up tomorrow and you're the hardest working version of yourself. What would that man do? What would that woman do? And then all of a sudden you're going to start to see different uncomfortable things just become a part of what you do. And my guess is that in a week's time, for someone who wants to try to live as a different version of themselves, you will never want to go back to a different version.
Yep.
That's the power of, even in a rehab circle, they teach you the power of what an affirmation is. I am. You have to say things that maybe you don't even believe you are at times. Like, I am a good man. I am a faithful husband. It's like this breaking point in you, because if that's true, what does that mean? Because I'm a faithful husband, boom, an affirmation over time becomes action, becomes time, becomes real, becomes powerful. And I think that's my submission to the amazing listener right now. Thank you for being a part of our Lights On journey. My challenge for you is to really own this. What might happen if you embrace the hard truth that my growth will come with discomfort? Just try it for a week. What would the best version of you do? And I'm hopeful that the product of that's going to be something powerful. I was confronted with this hard truth, and I tried it. An awesome doctor said to me, "How long have you been a contrarian?" And I went, "As long as I can ever remember. That's what I do." And he said, my challenge for you is to not be for a week. So this is, I started at a rehab, and he just said, rather than think this is wrong, think, what if this is right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's very uncomfortable, because he said, why? I said, well, he said, how does it make you feel? I said, unsafe. Immediately he said, why? I was like, boom, it's like this. I'm like, okay, I'll try. And after a week, I was like, man, I've been living my whole life guarded. Makes sense. But if I don't try on that version of me, what's the version of me that looks at someone and says, maybe they have something great to say, and maybe they have something helpful to offer. Maybe they're awesome. I lived 40 some years going, I got a better answer. So hurry up and finish talking so I can tell you the truth. I don't believe you. I don't even trust you. You don't look like somebody I can trust. All this internal story, internal dialogue took a switch, and I've never went back to that version. I'm no longer a contrarian. I can look at an idiot on TikTok and go, I'm just going to let you be stupid. Before, I'd be like, it is my duty to let this person know how absolutely ridiculous they are. Now it's like, hey, do your thing.
Yeah.
But that comes through a lot of hard work, and I'm better for it.
Mm.
So that's what Lights On is endeavoring to always do, just shine a light on an option that might be better, might be more resourceful. So,
I love it.
Luzzy, thank you.
Thank you. That was
The
awesome.
hard truth is that I love you. The hard truth is that you're stuck with me. Lights on,
Lights
lights off.